Yeah, just wrapping up Tennessee. A lot of what I felt after the game, just a resilient effort again by our guys, sticking together, playing, just good all-around team football. It's never perfect. It's hard to be when you're playing a good team like we had with Tennessee. And so just making plays at the right times, especially in the red zone. We're really critical. 4 for 4 touchdowns on our end, holding them to 2 out of 5. So just critical moments. I thought our guys really did a nice job of stepping up. So just got to sustain the focus, sustain the edge that we have another week. And we know that's what it is in the SEC. You got to go on the road to a great environment, South Carolina, and face a team that, I think when you look at defensively, just really stout and has a lot of dynamic playmakers, and offensively has the explosive players there to make big plays. They've shown that, and just have come up short in a few games, and so it's going to be a battle. We understand it's going to take 4 quarters of great effort like we've had.
Thanks, Coach. Start with Chase on the left side.
I want to ask you about defending Lenore Sellers at South Carolina. Obviously, he's not only athletic, but he's big, he's strong, he can break tackles. It's a little bit different dynamic when the quarterback can run through a solo tackle, right?
Yeah, watched a cut up this morning with the defensive staff, and that's just one play after the other, and there was more. We didn't even need to see it all because the point was very clear, and we got to make sure our guys continue to rally. We've faced, running backs and guys that are tough to bring down, but this guy touches the ball every single play, and so you can get to him. That's one thing, but you also now got to get him down, and it's not going to be just one. It's got to take multiple guys, rallying, coming from different directions. He's got the speed, he's got the size, and he's just he's super strong, and he's a relentless player. He fights for every yard he can get.
Go to Charlie on the far right.
You mentioned in your opening just sustaining an edge. The fact that you guys have played 4 ranked teams in a row, and now you play a team that's kind of struggling, for lack of a better word. How do you keep guys locked in this week?
Just, I think you always draw on the experiences, and the moment we're in right now, there is momentum. There's things that we're doing well. There's things that I know our guys have as far as goals individually as a team that we haven't even come close to reaching yet. And so taking those experiences from the past, good and bad, that we've been through, understanding that it comes down to our preparation, and just locking in what we control, and that's what's got us to this point where every game means so much, and we gotta tomorrow morning come with the edge that we have had, and I expect that from our guys.
Let's go to Katie on the left.
Y'all talk a lot about winning the turnover margin. You obviously had kind of the bigger turnover play with Sabian's pick 6 on Saturday, but kind of what was the teaching point for the fumble on offense and just nobody going and getting the ball?
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. We showed that both in my team room, and it's a team thing too. It was called a safety, right, when we got to Tennessee's quarterback, but I loved how our guys went right to the ball. And then there was another play where it was a throw, and I know I'm trying to remember who caught it, but it was an incomplete pass. But I remember seeing Isaiah Horton sprinting towards the ball, trying to land on it. And, I love that effort, but we definitely were not aware of the situation and need to be better in that moment to not give field position up like we did there on that play. Until the whistle blows, you got to keep playing.
Go to Dick, front right.
You talk about the edge that you guys are playing with, preparing with. How is emotion played into that, both from the players and from you?
Yeah, playing home games and the energy and rivalry, you could feel it. You could feel it certainly the morning and the walkthroughs and things like that. We got to make sure that we understand, how that we're going to be walking into an environment that will get on you in a hurry if you don't bring your best. And the preparation, again, just the investment of time and the investment of your energy throughout the week leading to a confidence and an excitement to go out there and make plays and to be our best. I still challenge the guys, and they believe it, that the world hasn't seen Bama's best yet. And, that's really what we're striving to do. And when you keep it just really as simple as possible on that, have great preparation, and everyone caring about what we're trying to accomplish, you have that edge. And so we got to stack another week of work, one day at a time, and be ready to go on Saturday.
Let's go to the middle of the room, Emily Grace.
Coach, you just said it, that the world hasn't seen Bama's best quite yet. To know that that's the mindset as you're sitting halfway through conference play, what does that do for you and this team to know that you still have so much that you can improve on?
Yeah, it's why we're going to go to work tomorrow, and our coaches just always trying to find new ways to put our guys in better spots, and it's constantly evolving, right? Constantly changing because it's a different opponent and it's different strengths that we're going to face. And so, different position groups on offense, defense, special teams are all going to be put to the test differently than they were last week. And it might be similar to a few weeks ago, with your position group. But, be better and, help bring others with you emotionally. And we can continue to raise our game physically. I think there's a toughness about us in all ways, but it's going to be a physical test this week. Both sides of the ball needing to match up against South Carolina.
Go to Colin on the front left.
Hey, Kalen. How much, input do you have when it comes to, first drive scripting? Do you talk it through with Ryan Grubb, and what does that look like in terms of scripting those first 12, 15 plays, and then what maybe even Ty's input in that as well? Yeah,
you bet. I let them throughout the week. They're gonna really know what they're comfortable with, and usually Thursday we get to the point where Coach Grubb and the offensive staff have an idea, a really strong idea, and put a play bank together. I know he's going to really probably talk with Ty in particular, making sure that he feels all good with everything, and if there's anything he's concerned about, and usually you can feel that as the week goes on. I can see what that looks like on the call sheet, feel comfortable with myself. I always like to know what's early, but I don't press on him because I know as a play caller over many years, you might change your mind until kickoff. And so, again, I kind of have an idea of what the bank is of plays. It's on our call sheet, but not necessarily in a particular order. And just kind of checking off and making sure during the course of the game that those are the plays that we felt best about, that we're getting them called. And trust the rhythm, trust the prep that Coach Grubb's put in, and seeing the adjustments, maybe the changes in the way it presents itself that might be different than when we worked on. But they're so thorough, they're so detailed. Ryan's just dialed in on all those situations and, understanding probably as much as anything, what are the third down calls? What are the fourth down calls? What are the plays in the red zone when we get in those moments where you got to decide, it's 4th and 2 and what are we going to do? And, having an idea of kind of the 1 or 2 calls that might be next on the call sheet. So I really let them work through it, but I can see, later in the week, by Friday for sure, of what really that's probably going to be when it comes to our openers. So.
Let's go to Jamie on the front right.
Hey, Coach, you guys continue to win, which means the target on your back only gets bigger. And no matter who you play, it seems teams are going to always play up. Fans are going to be extra hyped to play you guys. So my question is, how do you carry the energy from a big home win like Tennessee on the road in a hostile environment this week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I think it's their homecoming too. And so, you're just trying to find every way and everything, to present a challenge to our guys, and what they're up against. And I think, again, going through the experiences we've had together, our guys understand we are going to get everyone's best shot.
Let's go to Joe, left side.
Coach, going back to the emotions of the game, what have you seen from James Smith emotionally in this season, and how do you channel him to more consistency, as Kane Womack said a minute ago?
Yeah, I really, when you think big picture from a year ago to now, I love the energy, and just there's a personality and there's a connection that I feel with him, and I feel like our relationship is really good. There's been moments, and he had one where he got he hit the quarterback late, and I know how much he cares. I see it, and he's as soon as he was back there talking to me, owning up to it and knowing he messed up. And so it's just a matter of learning from that. And, I feel when people do care like he does, they'll be better because of it. And so, that doesn't mean you don't have consequences that come along with the penalties in that particular case like we have in our program. And so, he owns up to that, takes care of those consequences, and we move on.
Okay, we'll finish up with Jonathan standing up on the back right.
Hey, Coach, what do you think has cost your team in some of these road games versus unranked opponents, and how do you try to avoid that this week?
I'm sorry, I was trying to
No,
find
you're
you
good.
first. And so, what was the first part?
Yeah, so some of these road games against unranked opponents that you guys have lost, what do you think has cost your team in those games, and then how do you try to avoid that with this one this week?
I think there's different reasons. I think there's been times where neither side of the ball could really overcome and the momentum swings, and it just built on itself. I think starting games quickly, at least one side of the ball, starting and getting stops or putting a score on the board. But I think a lot of it is just execution in critical moments, converting a third down when it's really loud on the first drive of the game, or, getting the ball in the end zone, or getting a big stop. Those things are the things that you need to have. And then as the game goes on and it is close, again, I talked about critical moments. I said it all off season, be great in the critical moments. And that's really, there's been some close games, and in critical moments, critical moment doesn't always mean the fourth quarter. It could be at the end of the second quarter, and getting a stop and finding a way to put it in the end zone yourself as the clock's running out. So, be great in those critical moments, and that does different things for different sides of the ball. Staying on the field offensively, converting, and making them line up and play another snap defensively, because I really feel like when our fight is there as a team. And I think, again, the experiences we've been through, it's added to a resiliency, it's added to a belief, it's added to a consistency, and a toughness, again, mental, physical, and emotional, that our team really is counting on each other to get the job done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yep, roll tide.